I will be Goblin Mode. I'm getting fatter. I'm getting drunker. I'm gonna leave my kids. I'm not gonna pay a child support. I'm fucking out of here, dude. 2023 Goblin Mode for me, dude.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. Your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
Oh, please. We should do one and then get one ready. Fucking hangover wreck today, man.
Are you? You get hammered last night?
Well, are you recording?
Yes. Oh, okay.
Then we'll talk about some of this afterwards. Okay.
There's that.
These are cute.
Yeah, me and Scheimer's back in town.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was, dude. I love that guy, but me and him got fucking shit house, dude. Like on was it Friday night? He stayed over here, because he's kind of floating. He doesn't have a place to live in right now, and we got fucking hammered, dude. It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
It's me last night.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I did really
good.
Stayed off the booze up until...
That's good, man. Good, nice week and a half, 2 weeks off almost.
And it's starting tomorrow, like next weekend, I'm not going to drink.
Yeah.
And do it until January 28th on my birthday potluck garage bar.
Cheers, man.
91 Scandi Avenue.
Cheers. Welcome back.
Good to
welcome
be back.
To Jay.
Miss you guys.
Welcome back, Jay.
Yes, thank you. Miss you guys.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right. So, here we are.
Yes. Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year's. This is actually, what is today? The 2nd?
Yeah.
Fucking the 2nd. Here we are. This will come out next week, but how was your New Year's?
It was good.
Yeah.
Really, I don't really like to go out on New Year's anymore. I've done it so long and so much that, it's kind of a young man's game, or what I really call it is amateur hour. And so I've been working in bars and been around it so much that that I, at this point in my life, I just literally
don't want to be around.
No, I just want to sit at home. Maybe eat some fungus and maybe smoke a little bit and watch Friday. Probably again for the fucking millionth
Is that your
time.
kind of go-to movie?
Always, man.
Always?
Friday, next Friday, Friday after next.
All of them.
All the time.
All right.
And I don't think any one of them's better than the other one. I really like them.
Okay.
Every single.
It's hard to compete with that first one.
I know, but all three of those movies stand alone.
They are very good.
Yeah.
Every one of them's great.
The first one was great because we never had seen anything like it, and it would just captivated all of us. And I lived in those neighborhoods. I lived in that environment.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I know Debo. I know Smokey.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? My friend Smokey was a guy named Robert.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Robert ended up going to prison for shooting somebody. He was a great guy, man, but he's a little dude. And there was a dude in the neighborhood that was a big dude named Manuel.
Okay.
And Manuel, every time Manuel would see Robert, he'd fuck him up or fuck with him because he had slept with his old lady.
Every time?
Every time. And part of it was because he was just being a bully.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
One day Robert had too much to drink and eaten a couple Vicodin, and Manuel came after him and he shot him 6 times and killed him.
Damn.
Yeah, and Robert's wasn't that. He wasn't a gangster, man. He was that guy that would dance and do stuff, and he was a really nice.
Is he still in
guy.
jail?
Smoked a lot of weed. I really don't know. I was so far out of that. I know he caught a shiv in jail, and he ended up paralyzed from the waist down. Was in a wheelchair, and
damn, really in prison in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he caught a knife, and he ended up paralyzed. But I hadn't seen any of them or talked to any of those people in so long that I kind of I've avoided that whole going that backwards. Every once in a while I do see people.
No reason to run down memory lane, dude.
Man, it was no good.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Friday was one of my favorites. You know what's very underrated is How High. You ever seen that fucking
So
movie?
good, dude.
God damn, that movie's fucking good.
It's so good. I
I haven't watched it. I
home.
just thought about it the other day, and I giggled to myself when I thought about it because I mean, Method Man and Red Man are fucking. They're like
Insane,
legendary.
dude. Yeah.
In that movie, dude. Like,
Yeah.
The whole premise is fucking out of control.
Yeah.
You could never. You still. It's like one of those movies you could never make again. You know what I mean? With like the shit they did to chicks in there.
Dude.
It's like, and just like the whole premise of like you smoking your buddy's ashes and he becomes a ghost, dude, and then helps you get to college. It's like, it's so asinine, dude.
Yeah.
But that movie is.
But that's awesome.
I used to get
pot
so
smoker
high
shit,
and
man.
watch that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
that's the beauty of smoking weed is getting the giggles, man, and watching something that is just absolutely ridiculous. And not being judgmental about it. Just completely enjoying the moment of the hilarity and just how dumb some of it is.
Well, it's like know? I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan, right? I mean, I love him to death. You don't assume. I mean, Ice Cube has proven himself that he is a multifaceted fucking artist.
Insane,
right? But like Method Man, Red Man, you know they got bars, but then you see him come out in this movie and you're like, they're fucking geniuses, dude. Like comedic geniuses. Yeah. Like it really is. And I wish there was some sort of follow up. I know they've both been in like random fucking movies since then, but god damn it, dude. How High is one of the best goddamn movies.
Anytime I see any of those two doing anything.
Right.
If it's a whatever, however, if I'm like, okay, I gotta watch that.
Dude, did you see that footage of Method Man fucking like deadlifting 500?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
50 years old. This motherfucker's out here deadlifting
Genetics,
500.
bro. It's that
fast twitch muscle fiber.
Man. You know?
Yeah, dude.
I don't
you
know.
Can't.
Who said it,
I don't know what
know,
Nazis are talking about, dude.
Yeah.
There is a perfect race. It's not blonde hair, blue eyed, dude.
We'll both skirt this. We'll really carefully. We'll tiptoe around this one.
Yeah, little tippies, dude.
Yeah, you know.
It's insane.
You know which.
I saw that footage. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I might have been able to do that at some point in my life, but there's at 50 years old, like at my age right now at 40, like there's
he's
no
also
fucking
got
way.
all the supplements,
all the juice. Yeah, hopefully he does. Did I tell you?
If I had the money, I'd do it. If
did
I had
I tell
the
you
$10,000 a fucking month that fucking Liver King fucking spends on testosterone adjustments,
growth hormone,
Jesus criminy.
Did I tell you I tried to get on TRT?
I did too.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
They said that all my other comorbidities.
Dude, I tried it. So I got like a full panel blood test, like I don't know, a month ago, right? I'm Kaiser. It's dog shit insurance, but it's fine.
Kaiser.
I know, I get it. Yeah, I'm not happy with them, but it costs me nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like I either go the other thing and pay shit for it, or I fucking just suck it up, whatever. So I got a full panel, like a lipid test, right? Like hormone, thyroid, all that shit. My testosterone was 870.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, yeah, man, I want to get on some TRT. They're all, you're already on it, dude. And I'm like, they're all, what do you do? And I'm like, I don't do shit. And they're like, normal is like 300 to 600. What are you doing? I was like, I'm Greek. I don't fucking know. Like, I'm white trash. I jerk off every day. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But they're like, we can't, in good faith, give you that. Like, what do you?
Holy
I
shit,
was like, dude. I was like, fucking 8. Like, it was like 870 or something. Bullshit.
Wow. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Man.
Yeah, man. I was like, fuck, man. Really? I can't get nothing. They're like, nah, no way, dude. My thyroid was good. All my blood work was good. Like, nothing was in a weird level at all, you know? And I was like, well, so I'm just a fat shit. Like, that's really it.
All my shit's just off a little bit. Enough to where they're like, you should. So I do. So, like, you should take medicine for this stuff.
Oh,
it's not that bad, but you're right there.
Yeah.
You're not, except for the blood sugar shit. And then, that's a shit show.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's hard to do. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, everything.
Yeah, well, everything fucks you up.
Yeah, so anyways,
Yeah. It's really hard to, like, unless you're living off of, like, pure organic fucking grass-fed beef and non-processed bullshit, like, everything you do spikes your shit. You know what I mean? Like, You can't fuck. I've fluctuated in weight from 80 pounds down, 80 pounds up, 80 pounds down, 80 pounds up, 4 times in my life. I've been pre-diabetic. I've fucking got it down. And it's like if the second you don't fucking pay attention, it just goes off the rails. You know what I mean?
And tortillas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not only tortillas, beans.
Yeah.
You know, and bread. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, that pretty much right there sums up what I love most.
Yeah, it's delicious.
You know, yeah. A burrito is one of the best things in the world to eat. And it's like, how do you say no, man? I don't have that willpower.
It's hard, dude.
You know?
The pastor. Are you a carnitas guy? Pastor? What's your
carnitas, man? All
carnitas
day,
all
every
day.
day. Pork or chicken, dude. I don't do a lot of beef at all. And
pastor is my go-to.
It depends.
If you got a good pastor, dude.
If you have a good one,
right.
But to me, good ones are hard to find.
Right.
And the way it's seasoned, and I definitely don't fucking want pineapple in my food.
No.
Nah, man.
No pineapple
fuck that.
on
No
pizza.
pineapple on pizza. No pineapple on my
your
food.
pastor.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't mind pineapple. Like, I don't dislike pineapple. I don't like sweet.
It just got no business.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a sweets guy.
But you kind of needed to do some pastor, though. It just doesn't have to
Go
be
with
in there.
carnitas. You need some fucking
This is
carnitas with some fucking lemon.
How do you feel? How do you feel about birria?
Oh,
Birria.
Okay, the thing with birria is birria is goat.
Yeah, that is
So-
true. Yeah, but a lot of it's
nowadays, there's certain regions in Mexico. There's like one region in Mexico that does it beef. The rest of it's goat. And the reason that it's cooked that way is because goat's is shitty.
not dog shit. Meat.
Yeah, it's just
It's
a
like a
horrible
brisket.
meat. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's even worse than that. 'cause
It needs to be
brisket
slow
can taste
cooked.
good, and it's got a funk to it and a smell But when you slow cook it and all of that seasoning, and then you pour that consomme on top of it, oh, sweet Jesus, I love it, man. Yeah, I'll make you some.
Oh, you can make it?
Oh yeah. I
not know.
fucking will kill it, dude. I love that
yes,
shit, man.
sir. Yeah. I always find that the tortilla thing it's like when I'm trying to not eat tortillas, I'll just use one from the street taco.
Yeah.
You peel the second one off.
Yeah.
I'm saving calories
And
here, dude.
if somebody said you can only have one thing or the other, you can either have burritos or you can have sandwiches.
Ooh.
It would be. I don't know how I would do on that one, because as much as I love burritos, like an egg sandwich, or you don't like egg sandwiches?
I like them okay. I would never
no,
order
man,
an
I
egg
find-
sandwich from a restaurant.
No, I wouldn't order one from the restaurant either.
Oh,
I
you
just
make
it
it, though.
myself, yeah. But I will order a meatball sub. I will order a hoagie. I will know. But if I go to a restaurant, I don't order sandwiches, man. You know what I mean? If I go someplace that does sandwiches, like if I go to Ventura Sandwich Factory.
Oh yeah,
whatever,
they're great, dude. Yeah, great
That's
sandwiches.
I mean Jersey Mike's. Fucking Jersey Mike's
kills
is
it, dude.
delicious, dude.
Big Kahuna with the chipotle sauce.
Man.
Come on.
So, but then there's also, a breakfast burrito from Lalo's with machaca and add bacon,
Yeah.
which is maybe one of the best things ever made in this world.
I know. It's so hard to compete with an incredible breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Los Camales, best fucking breakfast burrito.
I
in
went
town.
there and I
Didn't like it.
no, I didn't. I'm not saying that. I don't think we got the breakfast burrito. I think we got something else.
Everything
But
else
you've
there
been-
is great. They have incredible pastor.
You've been telling me
Yeah.
to go there.
Yeah.
And so I went there, but when I went there, it was later on in the afternoon. Usually when I get a breakfast burrito, it's on Sundays. And so I like to get one before I go to work at the bar. So I went there when you told me about it, and they were closed. So I went straight to Lalo's.
Yeah, Lalo's is not bad.
Oh, my God, dude. That machaca, add bacon. Their habanero hot sauce, dude. I'm in
incredible.
love. Just I could cut it into fours and just fucking work through that thing all day long. It's so fucking big.
Oh, it's so goddamn. It's so
Yeah.
hard to be fucking fit. Which I was thinking about. You know what I found out today? I was thinking about New Year's bullshit. And me and Rosie are definitely like, I lost 45 pounds and I've gained literally 40 back. As soon as I got off that fucking diet, which I almost died on, I fucking hit that shit and immediately gained like all this weight back, right?
Yeah.
So now here I am, a fat fuck for the third time again, right? And so we're definitely like gonna try to do shit. But I read something today that Oxford's word of the year is my favorite fucking word I've ever heard in my life. Goblin Mode. Right? Really? So Oxford just put this fucking word in the dictionary, and it basically means like living without consequences, like being a total pig without fucking giving a fuck. And I thought that is my actual, you know what? That is my New Year's resolution. I will be Goblin Mode. I'm getting fatter. I'm getting drunker. I'm going to leave my kids. I'm not going to pay a child support. I'm fucking out of here, dude. 2023 Goblin Mode for me, dude. That's where I'm going.
100%. When I die and you're standing up there saying, man, I really miss my brother, but he was on Goblin Mode most of his fucking life. And he knew it. He tried to slow it down a couple times, but man,
Goblin got him,
Goblin
dude.
got him, man.
Goblin got him, dude.
He stroked out and had a heart attack.
Why he was jerking off, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going Goblin Mode. So fuck all the New Year's resolutions. I'm saying it now, so when I do perform, it'll be like cool. But Goblin Mode, dude. That's what it is. More drugs, more booze. Fucking Goblin Mode,
Jesus
dude.
Christ,
Let's
dude.
go. That's the name of this podcast, by the way.
I had somebody I was hanging out talking with him. We were all chilling and shit. And man, I got some of these ecstasy pills.
Uh-oh.
He goes, they're fucking dynamite, man. And he goes, I've had them for a while. Kind of like, I've had them for a while.
Like, I want to get rid of them, yeah.
And I was like, oh. And then, but in my head, I'm like, man, you can't just keep adding these chemicals to your body all the time and expect good consequences. You know?
Sure. But not in 2023, dude.
Yeah, how's that smoking weed thing going over there, buddy? Who's
moderation?
Who's moderation?
Yeah. According to Snoop Dogg, you're doing fine, dude.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know what I mean?
One of the greatest human beings ever to walk the earth,
dude,
by the way.
Yeah, Goblin Mode, dude.
Yeah.
Do ecstasy, do ayahuasca, and do cocaine at the same time, dude. Fucking GBH. Fucking do it all.
Do you ever do GBH?
No, I've never done it. I would love to, though.
I was working downtown Ventura, and this was probably like 96 or 9. No. It had to have been 92, 93, 93. I was working down at Bermuda Triangle, a little dive bar that used to do gigs. You would have played there if it was open.
Oh, yeah.
You started playing music. You definitely would have played there. Mm-hmm. Your mom, I'm sure, hung out there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, calm down.
Well, you know,
she definitely hung out there.
She was very
I have been
social.
there before. Yeah. I've been there, yeah.
No, you haven't.
Bermuda Triangle.
There's no way.
Okay.
It closed in 93.
Oh, okay. Then
yeah.
Where was it?
Wait, it was where the movie theater is now.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. I was thinking of fucking something else.
Midnight Hour?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there working, and there's this...
Because I know there was a bunch of punk shows they did there, right?
They did... first time I saw Dr. No, I saw
Triangle.
all these...
Okay.
I mean, that in the Mayfair
I'm
theater.
projecting myself into the 90s like I was around.
Yeah. Mayfair, you could have been... I'm sure you went to the Mayfair.
No. I didn't.
Then you weren't
I was
here
a
yet.
little too young.
Yeah. Okay, well, John was there all the time. He was a kid.
John's a few years older than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Maddie and John, and I'd see all of them, they were kids.
Yeah.
In the pit. It was hilarious. Loved them. There was this dude that came over from the tattoo shop across the street, and he was this gigantic Viking, Aryan, huge monster behemoth of a fucking man that was just looking at him was terrifying. You just knew that this guy was fucking off. And he had a little water bottle in his hand, and that was the first time I ever heard about GBH.
Oh, okay.
Because he was just
sipping it.
Wow,
really?
Yeah, dude. And
you didn't do it?
No. I didn't do anything. I didn't drink. I didn't nothing.
Oh, really?
That time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was
Weird.
totally clean and sober for 5 years.
Wow.
And I was on the other side of the bar, and he was out front. And him and I really kind of got to be buddies. And somebody did something to me, man, and I was dealing with it. And he walked through that fucking bar like it was empty, and just like
parted this
roses to everybody, dude. And he walked over and just fucking started to just lay into this dude, and I was just like, holy! But you could see the GBH influence, in his face, in his body, in his like when he raged up, dude. You're like, no,
Isn't
man.
it supposed to like fucking? It's like supposed to be like a ketamine kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but they work out, and it you know, if your head's in that,
I only
if
really
your
know
head's in
that. Like, I remember the Tom Segura
yeah.
OD story. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I've never been around it. Like,
I remember that his whole aura, and how it like was just like, okay, this dude's on a whole nother planet,
almost like
right
a PCP level
Yeah.
fucking.
100%, dude.
Are you sure it was
100%. Yeah,
Could have been
could
fucking-
have been anything. That
Yeah,
dude,
you never know, man.
I was grateful I never saw him again.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah, man. I don't know. I mean,
So I got a question for you.
What's up?
On New Year's Eve, is it important for you to hang out with Rosie? Like,
Yeah.
like to bring that to be there in that spot.
yes. So normally, like, what we do is, because we have young kids, our friends John Carrar, singer Stalag, Detoxy, fucking 1 million other bands, Headcut, blah blah blah. He does a thing at his house. All the kids are there. We fucking go over there. We hang out.
Okay.
We drink.
All right. Yeah.
We bring the kids in. You know what I mean? All this thing. But in the last couple years, dude, like, it's become less important for me to be out. You know what I mean? Like, whereas normally New Year's parties were fucking nuts. Like, there was a New Year's party, I mean, many years ago where I was like, you know, at 12 o'clock, I was standing naked in the living room drinking fucking a bottle of Patron. You know what I mean? Like, New Year's used to be a fucking rager. But now, like, Rosie didn't want to go. The kids didn't want to go. They're getting old enough now where they're like, fucking whatever, dude. So I went over to his house for a couple hours, was home by 10, fucking 12 o'clock. We kissed, did the thing, popped some poppers, fucking ta-da, we're in bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to spend New Year's without my significant other, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Totally
just not,
understand.
it's like, it seems weird. Dude.
Yeah.
Especially with the kids. Like, I want to spend New Year's with my kids.
Yeah.
You know, but I haven't been out all week at all. I haven't done shit. Like, I totally, I didn't go to the Circle Jerk show. I was supposed to go to that. But me and my buddy John Scheimer got shithoused on Friday. And I felt like absolute dog shit Saturday. Supposed to go to Circle Jerks at the theater. It was awesome, apparently. But I was like, nah, dude, I'm staying home. So I haven't done nothing. So I just went over there for a couple hours, you know.
Yeah.
But it is important to be with, I think it's important to be with your loved ones, especially your kids, like on New Year's, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're old enough now where they, like, we used to trick them, you know, at like 9 and do a countdown. We'd do the countdown at 9 and they'd be like, "Ah," and then fucking to bed. And then me and Rosie would get hammered, you know.
And hang out together.
And I would try to force myself upon her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. you
Yeah.
know? But, yeah, it's important, man. What about you?
Same.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, I want to be around people that are important. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, you know, at midnight, I think of you. I think of my brother.
Right.
I think of all the people that are important and that matter in my life, and hanging out at some place where there's just a bunch of people
Random.
is
fucks.
very. I just have no interest in it,
Yeah.
especially when everybody's like, "Oh, hey," and you're like, you know,
Yeah.
I like you,
Yeah.
but you know, like. This is
This is how I want to bring in the new year.
No, man, not at all.
actually,
You know, and so
New Year's is a real, like, it's
Yeah.
a weird fucking holiday, man.
I went home and laid on the couch and broke my sobriety,
There you go.
and had actually hadn't done anything. Like, I was at the bar prior to going home, and I didn't drink at the bar.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow. Yeah.
When I got home though, and Honey,
What'd you go do? What first drink?
Honey was over at a friend's house, and when she came back to the house, it was gin and pomegranate juice with a little bit of lime.
Wow.
It was fucking delicious,
Gin,
man.
huh?
Had a couple of those and a couple of shots of tequila, and we watched one of the absolute greatest comedy movies to ever be made, Blazing Saddles.
Ooh, nice.
And we got not even halfway through it and
Passed out.
and went to sleep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's such a, like, New Year's has become such a bar. In my early 20s, it was like a fucking deal. You know what I mean? Like,
Halloween up until COVID.
Right.
Up until COVID, Halloween was huge.
Yeah. Well, your
Every
neighborhood
fucking
especially.
year.
Like, you live in
I don't even
Midtown.
give- no, I'm not. I'm talking about I get dressed the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I get scary.
Yeah.
And I get fucked up, and I go out and I have a fucking. I love it, and I mean,
Yeah.
I get scary
Yeah.
and go out and just. There's a whole crew of us that go out. You know, Larry White and Danielle and just all of us would all get like, we all go overboard in our costumes, and we go out and have a blast. And now it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to answer the door.
Is it weird? Do you think it's COVID, or do you think it's age?
I've had,
or obviously you've had some wild life changes,
some serious life changes, but I also think, and that does definitely play a big factor in it, because Portia and I together, which today's our 6-year anniversary,
right?
But COVID definitely has changed a lot.
I feel like it has,
and it's changed everything a lot.
It really has.
I really don't want to get back into ever talking about COVID again, but
no.
One of the things that I think that it's done is, like, I have all these people that have been in my life that I've spent all this time with, like weekends, and like you're talking about with John, and we would always do stuff. We'd all go on rides or go to dinner and go hang out, or just sit in the backyard by the fire and have cocktails and listen to music, and like all of us, it was just a thing every weekend. And we don't even hardly talk to each other anymore. I ran into Larry and Danielle last night, and it's the first time I'd really seen them.
Wow.
And I don't know how long. And they're my family.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
weird,
they're like, Danielle has been my, like, who I talk to about a lot of stuff for years, man. Like, we used to do coffee every morning. They were like 2 or 3 times a week, we'd sit down and have coffee together and hang out and, just talk about shit. And
yeah, it's weird, man. It is one of the weird fallouts with the residual of COVID. Obviously, everyone is getting sick in the last couple months or whatever, but it's totally changed the dynamic. Whereas, like, pre-COVID, me and Rosie would take the kids. We would we're not going to be out all night, you know what I mean? But we had our crew of people, the Shimers, John C., all these guys, and our kids play together and the whole thing. But it's like, these parties went from lasting 8 fucking hours all day into the evening to about 3-4 hours. Everyone's like, well, I'm going home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's bad. I don't know if it's good. You know what I mean? But it's definitely different. Like,
I don't think
different.
it's good.
You don't think it's good?
No, I don't at all. I think we're supposed to do the communal stuff with our friends and family.
Well, yeah, we do. It's just, it's not like a prolonged event anymore. You know what I mean? Which is odd.
It's not an event anymore.
This is true. Yeah, it's not an event.
We would
anymore.
literally sit. Larry had a house over in Midtown, not too far from my house, right behind the mall, and we would sit there until the sun come up.
Yeah,
all the time.
Right.
And we would just sit in the backyard and we'd listen to music and we would talk about life. We would joke and talk shit and just have a blast and just sit there, just drinking and smoking weed. Right. Nothing else. There was no other party favors at all. We would just sit in the backyard and we'd listen to music and talk and joke. And, you know, my brother Harvey, my best friend, man, we would sit in the backyard and hang out by the fire and snuggle like a couple of gay guys. And, you know, and all night long, you know. And,
it's weird,
none
man.
of that fucking happens anymore.
Yeah, it's very odd. I don't know. It's like there is a point at which we've lost real connection with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hopefully
I think it'll build up again.
My New Year's resolution is it's not a part of a New Year's resolution because I don't really partake in those. I don't believe in them. But my whole life thing is like don't just text you, call you.
Right.
Don't, you know, like, hey, man, let's go have a cup of coffee.
Sure.
You know, let's...
Yeah.
All these things that I kind of stopped doing, I'm trying to really work at making that stuff happen.
Yeah, get back into the connection.
Yeah, because I think all of us have lost it. We're all on a different
everyone
thing. And,
everyone is.
You know, and I don't like it. I miss hanging out. I miss having people come to the house. I miss cooking for everybody.
Right.
You know, having, 10 people in the backyard and got music going and I'm standing at the grill making whatever. I'm cooking tacos and...
Yeah.
Just having a good time and everybody's having a good time.
You
know, and that's really kind of gone away and I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I think it'll come back slowly. I think there's a recoup period from, literally
100%.
2 years of fucking being like, everyone's like,
oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And it will come back. You know what I mean? But I found that the relationships that I've maintained and kept, I've gotten way fucking stronger.
Well,
you know what I mean?
our relationship's been built since COVID.
Yeah, totally, dude.
You know, and you're one of my favorite humans. I fucking look forward to this shit all the time. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude. I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, I don't. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
like a feeling
know that
of
at some
dread.
point in time that Rosie's going to have to deal with you coming out of the closet, and that testosterone's been you just taking straight buttloads.
Dude.
That whole Greek thing.
Yeah.
I know what you mean by I'm Greek.
Oh, yeah.
It means you're taking it like a sheep.
God, I mean, we've talked about this. There's a point at which where I wish I would have just made the fucking switch. Dude.
Yeah.
I could be in Ibiza right now with a fucking .com rich motherfucker. Dude. Over here hanging out with Andrew Tate, dude. You know what I mean? just fucking living my best life, dude.
So I just don't understand, and maybe you can help me with this, because it's one of those things that when I started like a while ago, and I see his name start to kind of pop up in the ether, and I'm like, oh, this guy's a young Tom Likas. He's a good-looking young Tom Likas. Don't be nice to women. Be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't pay for shit. This is how we should act. This is what we should do.
Right.
And in my mind, fuck Tom Likas.
No,
you're
I
an
feel you.
asshole.
Yeah.
So, like with him, I'm like, dude, you're a fucking douchebag, man. Why is anybody listening to you?
Well, the thing is that he, like, and it's really wild, but like Tom Segura, like Your Mom's House had him on, and that's when he fucking blew up. No, it was a couple years ago.
It was January.
Was it January?
Yeah,
Did you look it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, whatever it was, but I mean, he had a following, right? So he's Andrew Tate. I'm sure everyone knows what's going on at this point, but he's a champion, world champion kickboxer. He really is a bad motherfucker as far as that goes. But he created this whole entire fucking world of basically saying a bunch of problematic shit about women and how they need to be quiet and fucking men or blah, blah, blah. And it started to speak to a lot of the younger generation. He created this whole subscription program, almost like a university, right? And all these guys are fucking signing up to hear the bullshit this guy's saying. And I do understand what you're saying about Tom Likas. But, he didn't build I don't know. He didn't, and I always heard him talk.
Tom Likas had a whole...
Oh, I know he did.
A whole fucking following.
And every,
Like as if Andrew Tate's the extension of Tom Likas.
Yeah, there is a little bit of that. Yeah. He's a misogynist prick.
Yeah.
Right? Some people appreciated it, some people didn't. He gets himself canceled, right, for some fucking weird, I don't know what happened, but...
That's super controversial.
Yeah, he got himself canceled, right? But then here's where the real problem comes in, is that he... this has been my favorite thing to follow in the last few days, is that he tweets at Greta Thunberg, right? The teenage activist, the environmental, autistic activist. As annoying as I think she is, she's a fucking savage, right? And she's young, and she understands the internet, and she fucking, she bodies people online, dude. They come at her, and she fucking bodies them, right? So Andrew Tate releases this whole tweet about all of his fucking Bugattis and his cars and his list of fucking emissions and blah, blah, blah. And then basically says, hit me up with your email if you want me to send you a full list of my shit.
Yeah.
And she responds and says, send it to smalldickenergy at
know, it's so
whogivesaffuck.com, right? And it's just it's so goddamn, it's so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Because she bodied him, dude. Memes are flying. I'm cracking my ass up, dude. And I thought, his response is going to be the cringiest shit I've ever heard. And then I watched it. I don't know if you saw the video of his response. He puts out this video of him being like, well, since you gave me your email. It's the most dumb shit.
Yeah.
You didn't get the joke. You should have just fucking bowed out, dude, and said, good one.
Yeah.
But basically what happens is he has these pizzas delivered in the video. And they're from Jerry's Pizza, which is a Romanian pizza place, I guess, right? So... he says something about not recycling the pizza boxes or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, his response is so fucking cringy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Romanian police see that, understand he's in Romania, and he gets arrested he is actually in jail right now. I've been doing a lot of research because there's a bunch of different shit saying he got out, he didn't get out, but he is in jail right now for a minimum of 30 days for accusations of sex trafficking, a bunch of fucked up shit, dude. He really, like, there is something going on with his whole fucking deal.
Yeah.
Where he was getting women, filming them, extorting them, whatever it is. There's something going on with his whole fucking thing, right? So he is in jail for that, right? And that's what's happening is, like, you found out, big fucking surprise, this misogynist prick is actually a piece of shit. You know, running like a bang bus type of situation, but not legally. You know what I mean? Like extorting women, and there's accusations of rape. There's 2 women that have come out that said basically he like forcibly raped them, or people in his crew or whatever. So the Romanian fucking police used that pizza box to figure out basically that he was in this specific area in Romania and wrapped him up, right? So Greta Thunberg literally goes, this is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes. Double body, dude. You know what I mean? But you're like, I mean, I've seen the guy. I watch his shit every once in a while, just when it pops up, because he's, you know, it's like watching a beautiful train wreck. You know, he's obviously a piece of shit. He either believes it or he's doing a shtick. Turns out he fucking really believes it, right? And there's some serious fucking this guy can go to jail forever. You know what I mean?
Well, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him, right? But
sell that Bugatti and pay for a lawyer.
30-something of them. You know what I mean? He's got all these fucking cars. He's supposedly a billionaire with crypto. But, you know.
But didn't crypto tank?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's tanked, but.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Kenny's got an angle.
When on that spiral, he was revealing more truth to power. He was starting to tread Kanye waters. And so,
Yeah, this is true.
in an interview, he revealed this is what was going to happen.
Sure. Okay, yeah. So Kenny, I don't know if you guys can hear Kenny, but, you know, he is saying that there are fucking elements in this world that, whatever, you know, if they decide to go after you, whatever, you know, it is what it is. You know, there's elements in this fucking universe.
Kanye said a lot of dumb shit.
Oh,
he's so out of bounds.
Ridiculous.
But in saying that the Jewish people control the media and control Hollywood isn't far-fetched.
No.
There's some reality to it.
No, yeah, there is.
You know, but
You know.
there's also how he said it and how he presented it, and you know, but like how is it? You know, all the Nazi shit that he said is fucking.
It's insane.
It
You can't.
is.
I mean,
It
it's a
is.
guy that has
It
a
is.
straight mental fucking. He's a mental case.
Stated it in literal sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's.
He
you
did.
know, I've watched
He
a
did.
lot of Kanye shit. You know what I mean? And Andrew Tate is a piece of shit. When I hear him talk, I go.
Well, and that's why
you're a fucking moron.
That's why
dude.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Overcompensating, fucking whatever the fuck. And then also when you hear him talk, he has the weirdest fucking accent I've ever heard. I can't tell where he's from. It makes me immediately suspicious of his fucking whole entire world.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where he's from. Apparently he's Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
it's like
we
who
understand.
fucking knows? But when you hear him
don't-
talk,
you don't
it's like
Muslims. You don't like
oh,
accents.
calm
If you're
down.
not white American, you need to just
right. Yeah, 100%. Bow out, dude.
go back to Romania.
Build that wall. But no, it's like when you hear him talk, you go, I have a good bullshit meter, dude. And this guy's accent,
that so much.
this guy's accent is bullshit, dude. Like he's trying to sound like he's a worldly man. You know what I mean? Like, and it fucking kills me, dude.
Sorry.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
Love it.
Yeah, this racist thing is not translating well, dude. As a guy that punched like a lot of skinheads, it's my least favorite thing that you do to me.
I know. That's what's fucked up, man. I'm sorry. I can't stop doing it.
I know.
It's just too funny. Oh,
It's ridiculous.
It's because it's so dumb, dude.
It's so dumb.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's the
Yeah.
best thing about it, man.
I'm literally like, I have black friends, dude.
I punch racists in the face.
I literally did. I punch a lot of skinheads, dude. I fucking hate it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, I'm one of the most culturally diverse people there is, and I get
yeah,
people
of course
all
you
the
are, yeah.
fucking time coming up to me, hey, brother.
Well, because we have the look of a
Oh
fucking
God,
racist.
we do, Ben.
It's a rough one, dude. Yeah,
Oh,
I've had guys say shit to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in your club, dude. Like, I'm not in your fucking club. Like, no. It's like a hard out for me. Even at like work shit. Like, I tell all the new people that come into my area, that's my heart out. I don't fucking do that shit. Like, there's a lot of terms in my industry that get used that are racist as shit.
Yeah.
And, and I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you can't find other words to use, fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. But
there's a guy that he's not down at the port very often anymore, but he would be down at the port. Mm-hmm. And every time I'd see him, he'd wave at me. And the way he'd wave at me is he would go...
Oh, no,
every time he saw me, and it was obvious.
No, dude.
It was an obvious, not like he just wasn't like waving. He was obviously. And finally, one day, man, I pulled up and I said, "Hey, bro, look, let's get something straight
wrong
right now,
dude." Yeah.
Look, don't do that to me, man.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
No.
I'm not about it. Period.
Yeah.
Did Hitler do some great things? Yes, he did.
He created the microphone, right, Jay?
Dude.
Retarded. Yeah. No, man, it's fucking ridiculous.
BMW, Volkswagens.
Well, he didn't create it, but
he built some great infrastructure.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
It's so stupid, dude.
I know.
It is. And the difference is I'm saying it in jest without the fucking ludicrousy of not being on my bipolar meds.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the fucking... It's my least favorite thing about you.
Thank you. Well, that's going to get me to stop.
All right, so we talked
asshole.
about resolutions. Andrew Tate's a piece of shit. We understand that.
So, speaking of pieces of shit, you had sent me a link to this whole Chris D'Elia documentary.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And you sent that to me, and I was at work or whatever it was, and I started to listen to it, and I couldn't. I was just like, it was just so cringy.
You didn't watch it?
No, hold on. And so then today, I went and did our favorite thing, play God of War. And I sat there and was playing God of War, and as I was playing God of War, I set my phone next to my head, and I listened to the whole thing.
Dude.
Holy shit. How in the fuck is that dude not
around? Yeah.
Like, he's still doing podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
He's still out there.
Right.
These people that are like big, like, I mean, Brendan Schaub has plenty enough problems, but
yeah,
the fact that he's still doing anything is amazing. It's
man.
Crazy, and not like, why is he not? Like, the woke sector is so fucking, like, on Dave Chappelle for telling a story about a friend of his that he loved and lost.
Right.
And they won't fucking leave him alone.
Yeah.
And here's somebody grooming,
dude,
allegedly.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man.
And, you know, but it's like one of his best friends is like it was his manager.
His manager,
good friend,
dude.
is like, you know, and he's saying, like, once or twice, maybe, but all the time.
He said more than Bill Cosby.
That's...
You know what I mean? Like, so for those of you who don't know, this documentary has just come out on YouTube. Check it out. The way I found out about it is that Annie Letterman, who is a very good comedian, and who apparently had some sort of weird interaction with him.
Yeah.
Like, something happened between them. She called him out for being a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. That was besides all the other shit that came out, right? He had a bunch of fucking accusations come out about him grooming underage women. Like, a lot of fucking women came out and said some weird shit about this guy, right? He's talking to high school chicks. He's fucking... There's no proof that he's fucked any of them. There were some court cases. They all have been settled. Privately, he probably paid them off. This documentary comes out about 2 weeks ago, and I saw her, and she posted this really funny. It's a picture of him, and she said, this new Nexium doc is wild. You know what I mean? It was a picture of him. And I went, what the fuck? So I started Googling it, right? And I watched this fucking hour-long documentary. All these women, since he has been canceled, there's like 3 or 4, right, that he has had these extended relationships with, gone to the point where they have he convinced them to get basically tattoos of his initials on their necks in this specific spot, claims that he wants to build a fucking cult. All this shit, after the accusations, nothing changed. You know, it got to the point where he's watching their locations, making them check in, making them do
dude,
like
that is so
it's like the weirdest shit ever, right?
At Disneyland with his fiance, wife, whatever
Right.
it is.
While I was taking pictures.
While that's going on, texting pictures saying, "I want to see you wearing these mouse ears."
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, just it's crazy, and the fact that
it's insane.
It's what makes it hard to really like. Is the whole? It's always so hard to believe what you see nowadays because you see so much shit. You know what I mean? You know, Kenny can talk about 15 things that both of us would just roll our eyes and shake our heads at. Mm-hmm. But if you look for this stuff, it's there.
Sure.
You know, and it's hard because it's like you hear what they're saying about, you know, so Chris D'Elia CD. So they would all have CD either they said
it's like
branded,
in the shape of a heart.
Yeah,
you know
and they would
I mean?
have it tattooed on them or
in a very specific spot on their fucking neck.
Yeah.
You know, like that Nexium, like the branding shit. You know what I mean?
And then you hear him in his podcast, and when he's sitting there by himself talking about, I want to be a cult leader.
Right, and calling them babies, and everyone fucking, you know what I mean?
And he's talking about it like it's a fiction type thing.
Right.
But then the reality is, this is what he's actually, like, get on your knees, and then you sit on your knees for 45 minutes while you wait for him to tell you what else to do next.
Dude, it's crazy.
You know?
And not only that, it's not her. It's multiple women at the same fucking time.
All
you know what I mean? And like I've always joked,
underage.
I've always joked about wanting to start like an actual cult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I don't have that maniacal. Well, first of all, I don't have the fame to fucking even pull it off.
Yeah.
But I don't have that maniacal.
You're not a narcissist, bro.
I'm not. I mean, I'm like slight narcissism with gay tendencies, but I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have the control thing where I have to like. I can't even manage barely my own marriage, let alone.
But you have
fucking
empathy,
other
compassion.
People. I do.
You know what I mean? Like you know you have
Yeah.
this certain thing that other people don't. Chris D'Elia also grew up an entitled,
very
you know,
entitled,
very
entitled
very rich
fucking
family.
Kid.
Just given everything that he,
Right.
you know, he didn't have to. He has never
His dad's
ever
like
in
a
his
famous
life
producer or something like that, or director or something.
producer. And he has never once in his life has he had to struggle.
No,
not even kinda. So
you
know,
now you're talking about a power thing, right?
It's
this
all
is
about
a power
the game.
thing where you know, and he like there's in the documentary it is fucking. It's like I know it's so easy to manipulate a narrative in a documentary. Right, because I fall victim to that shit too. I watch a documentary and I go, holy shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like easy with edits and cuts and all this shit. But when you're listening to live, like actual conversations, recorded phone conversations, after this guy's got canceled, basically saying like, I don't want anything to change. This is what I want you to do. Blah 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 blah. Like all this shit.
After he
and
went
the
on
woman
and
is like
apologized.
calling him out. And saying like, you know, you've done this to many women, and the way that she's even reacting is like so fucking weird to me. You know what I mean? Because I live with a bunch of burn it to the ground bitches. There's very little women in my life that would tolerate that type of behavior. So it's all fascinating.
The only thing about that, and I had this conversation with Honey tonight at dinner. She said the same type of thing. And
Right.
she's been through a lot of shit growing up. And she said this stuff in the same kind of way where she's like, nah, fuck all that. This should have blah, blah, whatever. And I'm just and I said, like, hey, wait a minute, though. Like, I know where I was at when I was like 17 or 18 years old. You very easily can get caught up in, you know, selling crack and carrying a gun and
on top of
doing
that,
all this shit. But as a young female, unless you, even with a strong fucking role model,
and
man,
you have one of the most famous comedians on planet Earth
Good-looking
hitting
dude.
you up. You know what I mean?
good-looking dude.
I don't think so. I think he's a weird. He's a weird looking motherfucker.
Definitely would I top him.
No,
I'm not bottom.
I don't.
He ain't
I
good
don't
enough
buy
for me
it.
to bottom, but
His
I'll
whole.
top him.
He looks like the actual living version of the guy that's in The Joy of Sex. I don't know if you ever seen these images. It's fucking insane. He's a weird looking dude. But the confidence,
The charisma, personality. Yeah.
personality, it goes a fucking long way.
Oh, dude, it's
You know what I
gone-
mean? Like, it's gotten me
all-
through
look
my
at
whole
us.
life, right?
Like, we are the prime examples of
But
two dudes that
this
charisma and
documentary, it fucked
personalities-
me up because I like bought into his apology. Not like, I thought it was kind of bullshit, but he's come back and he's on that podcast, the Golden Hour or whatever the fuck it's called now, and he's got his own. He's got one with his brother. You know what I mean? And then not a word since it's come out. You know what I mean? Like, no addressing it. And I wonder, like, where, as like a man, like, if you had that shit come out about you, or me had that shit come out about me, I would expect there to be some fucking hard conversations, dude. And I don't see how it could go business as usual from that point on. You know what I mean? Like,
I just
don't
how
understand it.
you're friends.
Right.
But again, we watched a documentary on
Right.
YouTube, and if he really is manipulative to that extent, who's to say that he can't manipulate those people around him?
This may be true. You know what I mean? But I've been like following it on Twitter pretty closely, and there's like a bunch of and this is the weird manipulation that's like on a level that I don't fucking understand. It seems like his wife is all in on him, and she's like trolling
Come
and
on, man.
following
We've
people.
you
know what I mean? But also, I think like here's a woman that has a kid with this fucking guy, and whatever the fuck she thinks may happen or not happen or whatever, you know, she has to be in on this guy.
You and I
you know what
both-
I mean? Like,
you
it's
and I have
so
both have
fucking,
seen people-
it's so complicated.
But you and I have both have seen situations where a woman's with somebody. Actually, either way, woman or man.
Yeah,
they're
either
with
way.
somebody and in a situation that's completely abusive and completely like lies and and
Master manipulators.
they just stay on that path because they have somebody that's a total fucking narcissist that just keeps playing the puppet game and keeps running the things around. And,
Right.
what he's saying, what those people are saying that he is doing is all control shit. So
It's a power
if he's
thing.
So that power thing doesn't relate when he gets back home. It just relates to all these women that are on the road with him.
I
So
don't
then he
understand.
doesn't manipulate.
No, there's no way.
you know.
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't.
Yeah.
know
So
what I mean? And I have like, I've seen a handful of true master manipulating fucking narcissists in my life. And there's some in my family, things that happen. And there's like some very personal shit like going on in my world with family members that I cannot fucking wrap my head around.
Yeah.
But I've also, I've never experienced or put out that type of fucking mind fucking abuse.
I can't do it.
I
Don't
can't.
even- I
you know what
couldn't
mean?
even
like, as much
imagine-
as you hate women, and we know you do.
Well, no, they're great at cleaning house.
But it's
See how you just roll
You're not
with it,
in-
and
you're
you
not
don't
in-
just get
yeah,
all
I
upset
get it,
and
yeah,
say
I'm
I'm
fine,
I'm
yeah.
Greek and
I'm
I
Greek.
like sheep.
Got it. I'm Greek. I love sheep, dude. They have the most human-like pussies. I don't know if you know that.
No, yeah, I do.
They do. But I don't. There's like parts of me where I can't wrap my head around it, and then there's parts of me where there's like things in my personal immediate family where I see it happening, and I go,
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can't see it.
Yeah, there's
what I mean? Like-
nobody in my family even kind of remotely smart enough. They barely can tie their shoes, most of them. Like, there's no way. The only thing that they can manipulate is the welfare system. They're all on Section 8.
I got
They're,
some family that's good at that.
Yeah. Other than that, they're
And good
not.
for them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Oh, dude,
Fuck
yeah.
that system, dude.
Yeah.
Take what you can.
My sisters had 7 different last names, I think, and yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The documentary was shocking. You know what I mean? Because I went and saw Chris D'Elia after the whole thing. He's been making this huge comeback fucking tour, and the comedy is incredible. Like he's an incredible comedian. He's incredibly funny, and then you step back and you think like, I wish I had like a touch of that. You know what I mean? Like touch of that narcissism that would, you know what I mean? Like not the fucking abusing women or whatever, but there are people that it's just like they're so hungry for power and control that anything else around it is less. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I look on this often where it's like I've spent pretty much all of my life just trying to just keep going.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's not about like I've never been so comfortable in life where I could go like, let me start like let me build a business. Let me take time out and let me figure out how to make this company to make me this and to do this and do that. You know, and you know, I'm fairly intelligent and there's things that I could like if I had the opportunity that I could.
Sure.
But I've spent so much of my life just trying to get from point A
to point B,
halfway to point B.
Sure.
Man. You know what I mean? Just so now I'm in a place where I'm comfortable and I can do stuff, but I still have that block where he was just given his whole life is given to him, and he has no idea. You know, I want those fucking $3,000 pair of tennis shoes.
Sure.
I want that $500 shirt. I want those $400 pair of pants. I want to pay my bills.
Right.
You know, and
I would just like
that
to have
comfort
6
level.
months of rent and bills in my bank account.
Yeah. And he has had that.
So
his whole life.
it's a weird conversation because me and Rosie, my wife, were talking about this literally yesterday. The fact that there are no people on this earth that understand struggle. Not no people, but there's a lot of people on this earth that understand struggle that cannot like manipulate. Like they have to, like there's a certain level of struggle that makes you understand the fact that everyone is fucked and we all need to come up. Right. And when you grow up in a place of like absolute fucking privilege where you've never had to try for anything. And I can't say Chris D'Elia hasn't tried to be a comedian. He's tried and he's naturally funny and he's one of the like.
But he didn't have to live out of his car.
He didn't have to fucking live out of his car.
You know what I mean? Like,
and he's said many times on his own platforms, like, I had a great family, supportive, love, blah, blah, blah. So what's next? Power, control, fucking dominance, right? Like, none of us have ever got that. We're just trying to goddamn survive.
Well, it also, it's just also a psychosis. It's also, you know, he has this need or this want of starting a cult.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where he has this thing that this is in his head because his head's fucked up for whatever reason it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
He's got this thing where he just wants to manipulate and run.
Right.
Here, I got a question for you. And because we're both really comedy junkies and we really, really love it. And one of my, like, I really love his comedy is Brian Callen.
Right.
So Chris D'Elia and Maniscalco,
Sebastian Maniscalco. Yeah.
Do you ever watch them and then look at Brian Callen, who's been doing it longer than both of them, and realize that they both are kind of using, like, how they do things, how they structure things, how they act and move is what Brian's been doing forever?
Yeah, I mean, there's an obvious connection with Brian Callen, who also grew up privileged. You know, he grew up in a million different areas, but he didn't grow up fucking poor at all.
No, but he did grow.
His, you know, he definitely brought like Chris D'Elia up.
Yeah.
You know, and Sebastian was a product of Andrew Dice Clay. That's how Sebastian got his fucking chops. Sebastian Maniscalco, who is one of the fucking biggest comedians on planet,
dude. He's so
and he's very
funny,
funny.
man. Yeah.
But there's a living beef with him and Andrew Dice Clay. He was Andrew Dice Clay's opener for years and years and years.
Oh,
yeah. So there's a whole other thing with that. I don't know anything about Sebastian Maniscalco. I know he's very funny. He's like Brian Regan level fucking
hilarious,
funny.
Dude.
But Brian Callen, who also had fucking his own allegations of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
But
it's just weird.
Brian took those allegations,
Yeah.
kind of hid for a little bit,
Right.
came out,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever I think like he just dealt with it, and then
Well,
You know,
whatever
I mean, I
happened,
don't
hopefully
know.
he changed his behavior. He fucking
Yeah.
had a realization that, as an older man and a guy that fucking seems to be pretty self-aware, like,
yeah,
Brian Callen's, he's funny,
he's fucking.
but I've really
Dude,
like
he is
what this
hilarious,
is
man.
this whole documentary has done for me is I've stepped away from Fighter and the Kid, the Brandon Schaub, they changed the name. It's like the Golden Hour. I can't listen to it, dude. It fucked me up.
Okay,
Like,
have you watched all the different shit that they throw at Brendan now?
no.
Okay, get into that.
Okay.
Or don't, but
it's
like
as far as Brendan Schaub and the
just
whole,
his whole like demeanor and like there's a whole Reddit or subreddit.
there was a whole
subreddit.
thing between them and Tiger Belly that happened, right?
The whole thing between them and Tiger Belly,
Mm-hmm.
but then it just gets into all of these people just. And part of it in
yeah.
my is like, they're just doing this because he's a giant meathead, and everybody hates that he has success.
That I don't buy. I mean, I think it's so weird because
He's worked for his shit, man.
No, 100%. I actually really like him a lot. And when I went and saw him, it was him, Krista Lee, and Brian Callen, like not too long ago at Levity Live here. And he was by far the weakest comedian, even though he was a headliner.
Did you see his last stand-up?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It was horrible.
Right. But also, that's a guy that's 6 years into comedy.
Yeah.
And he's getting a lot of opportunity that a lot of people don't have. But also, he's created an incredible network, an incredible fucking platform for himself, all these things. I'm not going to hate on that part. I think he tends to surround himself. And it's a lot like, he's a lot more like us than I think a lot of people realize. He's willing to die on the cross for his friends that are probably pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And all of us have
Same
friends.
with Brian.
All of us have friends that like are assholes in our lives, and we're like willing to die on the cross for our assholes. And that is a very fighter mentality. That's a very like dude that grew up and had to fucking work for everything he had mentality.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas these other guys like don't have that shit. You know what I mean? And I think Brendan Schaub has really created an incredible shit for himself. I don't think he's the best comedian.
No.
I don't think he's not funny, but he's also like
New.
maybe 10 years into comedy.
The thing
You
that
know?
I think that everybody gets upset about, well, I think that the thing that other comedians, other people around him get
jealousy.
upset about is the jealousy of it.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But he's created a lane for himself where
Yeah.
he's selling out things that he shouldn't be selling out.
No.
he
And
doesn't.
You know what
have
though? That's
the-
on him to figure out, man.
Well,
You
and
know?
he's doing it. He's doing it.
the damn thing.
Yeah, he
I
really
have
is.
no ill will towards Brendan Schaub.
No,
I don't
but
think he's the best
also-
comedian,
I also
but-
stopped listening to, I listened to Fighter and the Kid for a while.
Yeah.
For quite a while. And I appreciated watching him go from literally a big dummy
Right.
and just working his way into where he actually does really well as a podcast.
Right. And he's very talented at
Yeah.
that, you know.
Well, I'm not into it, but did you listen to the first podcast he did when he first started on Brian?
No,
Oh,
no,
dude, it
no.
was horrible, man.
I'm sure.
It was
but we're
one- it
all
was
fucking
so-
horrible.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You know? We're a year plus into this and we're literally just finding our legs.
Yeah.
So I don't have ill will, but there is a point where this whole Crystalia thing is gonna have to be addressed, dude. It's gonna make waves.
I hope so.
You know? And I hope it comes out.
Or
you know?
it's not real and it's just going to disappear.
I don't understand how it's not real. At least if 50% of it's real, it's enough for me to be like, nope.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Which
I-
Bill
you know-
Cosby's coming back on tour. I don't know if you read that. So I'll
you know what, man? Look,
I'll
saw
be buying
that.
tickets for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. An icon at one of the highest levels ever.
Yeah, but also an
And- but-
absolute
but a
monster piece of shit.
Horrendous piece of shit.
Right.
And I hope that nobody buys a
No
single
one will buy a
fucking
fucking.
ticket.
I mean,
well,
it's
you
hard
know,
to imagine,
there's still
man.
people that are like, oh, come on, man.
yeah, I know. It's
you know,
crazy. It is
yeah.
crazy though. Yeah.
Well,
But that documentary was nuts, and
Yeah, check it out.
Everyone should watch it. It's Crystalia. Just look it up, Crystalia.
we'll put it on the Get Heavy something
I'm
or
not,
other.
I'm not putting that.
Yeah, no. Craig will get it up there so that
I'll
we
put
can
it up
see
there,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's get the fuck out of
Link
here.
in the bio.
Link in bio.
Hey, so on a side note,
Uh-huh.
for anybody that happens to still be watching at this point,
Yeah,
January
this is deep
28th,
podcast talk.
January 28th, potluck birthday party garage bar for my 53rd birthday. I gotta figure out what year it is.
Dude, I'm with you.
Yeah. Craig's gonna be bringing in some brisket.
Yeah, I'll make some brisket.
I'm gonna be cooking and doing shit, and got DJ also is gonna be playing music. And
Beautiful, man.
Let's have a good get together and dance and have a good time, and let's get
Yeah.
naked.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Celebrate Jay's birthday. I mean, he's only got like one more left. so.
Maybe, man, maybe.
Anyway, love you guys.
I'll be doing this podcast stroked out, just
Please
sitting here and
do.
just drooling out one side, looking at Craig, answering with eye twitches. So Jay, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For those of you, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year. Like, subscribe, rate,
Share.
review. Please hit the notifications bell on YouTube. Tell your fucking friends about this podcast. 2023 is going to be awesome.
Hey,
Love
look, if you don't want to like, review, share any of that shit, don't fucking do it. Just enjoy the conversations, and hopefully we can see you guys soon, and we can all hang out together and talk, and you can share some of your thoughts with us.
There you go.
Craig's always open. You guys can contact him on Instagram at the Get Heavy
Yeah,
Podcast.
don't talk to Jay.
No. Nope.
All right, man.
Nope.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.